Brexit risked sparking a domino effect in Europe, with Sweden appearing influenced by Britain's vote, after a poll found the country to be in favour of ditching Brussels for independence. Prime Minister Boris Johnson had been handed a flurry of resignations amid his controversial internal market bill, which the government admitted risks breaching international law. The UK's envoy on press freedom, Amal Clooney, quit her role in dismay at the government's willingness to break international law over Brexit. The human rights lawyer said it was lamentable for Boris Johnson to be contemplating overriding the Brexit agreement he signed last year. Across the Atlantic, U.S. presidential nominee Joe Biden similarly denounced the move, warning Mr. Johnson that a trade agreement would not be reached between the two should Northern Ireland's peace agreement be compromised. The controversy revolves around Mr. Johnson's decision to propose new legislation risks breaching the Northern Ireland Protocol of the Brexit Divorce Treaty that seeks to avoid a physical customs border on the island of Ireland. Currently, negotiations between the UK and the EU have stalled at every stop, with disagreements focused on areas such as state aid and fishing rights. The Prime Minister has set an October 15 deadline for any trade agreement to be struck. Should a deal fail to materialize, the UK and EU will trade on WTO terms after the transition period ends on January 31. But the initial Brexit vote in 2016 risked creating a domino effect across Europe, with most nations experiencing at least a glimmer of discontent with EU membership. Even before the Brexit vote, unhappiness with Brussels was rife, with a 2016 poll in ultra-developed Sweden finding that should the UK vote Brexit, the majority of Swedes wanted their country to follow suit. Before the poll, 44% of Swedish voters wanted to remain in the bloc, while 32% wanted out. However, when asked if their opinion would change if the UK voted to leave on its historic June 23, 2016 vote, Swedes doubled down on their initial preference. According to the poll published by SIFO, 36% of Swedes wanted to follow Britain's path, while 32% wished to stay a part of the Union. Goran von Sydow, a political scientist and researcher at the Swedish Institute for European Political Studies (SIEPS), said, "If there's going to be a Brexit, then this would raise so many questions related to the impact on the EU and the Swedish membership." He added that Sweden would become more lonely when the UK left the EU, as they are natural allies, both non-Eurozone members. Yet, as the years have progressed, it appears that Sweden, as well as other Nordic countries, has ditched its Swexit sentiment.